970 WGTK. 970 WGTK gives you Let's Talk with Dr. Stan Frager. From relationship problems to family feuds, he's got all the advice and expert help you'll need. Now, here's Dr. Stan Frager.
All right. Hi and welcome. Well, I hope this Derby Eve has treated you well. I'm psychologist Stan Frager, and every Sunday night, it's our time from 8 to 10 o'clock. And in fact, tonight marks a hallmark. We started at 970 WGTK the day after Derby 4 years ago tonight. So tonight marks 4 years of our Sunday night family regathering, and it's just great to have you with us. And as I said, I hope you had a good Derby. My son was in town visiting, and as a matter of fact, just called about a second ago to let me know he got back home to St. Louis safely, and so that's always a nice thing. And on this special evening, we're going to do some things we haven't done in 4 years here at 970. Number one is it's very much an open line tonight. It's talking about relationships, be they relationships with your wife, husband, partner, children, in-laws, anything to do with relationships. Well, we'd love to talk to you about it. It's generally a very open line. And I got to know if you're out there, so I want to hear from you. I really would like to hear from you. And our lines are open, 571-0970. I have a number of things to give away on this special night. We'll surprise you after you call in, and for those who talk with us on the air. And I have with us on this anniversary night a very good friend, Professor Dr. Eli Karam. Dr. Karam is president of the Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. I assume the Kentuckiana chapter.
Correct. KAMFT.
Kentuckiana. Kentucky Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. And congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And Dr. Karam is also a professor at the University of Louisville at the Kent School of Social Work, and just does all kinds of neat and interesting things. But he's been a longtime friend of our Sunday night family, and it's just great to have you with me tonight.
It's great to be here, Stan, and this, like you said, is a throwback, and one thing we both like doing is being helpful, and this is your chance tonight, the listener, to call in anything family or relationship-oriented. We want to hear from you, and I really am happy to be part of the Sunday Night Family, Stan, and of all the appearances I make, this is my home, and I again, feel really happy to be here with you tonight.
We appreciate that, and again, our lines are open, and the way the show goes tonight, it's up to you. It's 2 hours of an open line on our 4-year anniversary, and so 571-0970 put you right here with us, and it would be just great to have you part of it, and so I want to hear from you. And again, Mother's Day is coming up next Sunday, and kind of in preparation for that, we thought, I used to talk about these kind of things all the time. As some of you may know, this is actually my 17th, going into 18th year being with my Sunday night families on Sunday nights. We don't like to mention other stations' call signs, so we won't say that. But 4 years here at 970 WGTK, this is my home, and it's just great to be here, and I'm glad you're listening wherever you're at. So I hope you'll give us a call. 571-0970. Put you right here with us, and it would be great. So let's talk about some of these things, and I'll tell you what, Dr. Karam, we'll go right to the phone.
Let's do it.
How's that? All right, so we'll start on the phone, and Katie, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
All right, and tell us, what is your comment, question? What's going on? Did you have a nice Derby?
Yes, I did. A problem that I've been having is my friend, she is in an abusive relationship with an older man, and she doesn't think that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm always worried for her safety, so I'm not really sure how to approach the problem.
That's great. Well, how old is she, and how old is this older man?
She's about college age, and her boyfriend...
She's in her 20s, you're saying?
Yes, and he's in his 40s.
All right.
Well, when we talk about safety, Katie, most people think of physical safety, but relationships can be unsafe for all types of reasons, including emotional safety. Your partner verbally abuses you, and also commitment safety. They threaten to bail all the time. So any three of those is not good. When you've tried to bring that to your friend's awareness, how has she responded that she is not in a safe relationship?
Yeah. Well, what is the safety that concerns you? What is it that most worries you?
Well, before I knew that he had hit her before, and I knew that he was very verbally abusive, putting her down, insulting her, but they recently moved in together for whatever reason, and the other night I went up to her house, and she had bruises and bite marks on her, and I asked her what happened, and she said that she got in a physical, she described it as a fist fight with her boyfriend.
Lots of times, partners, when you're in a relationship, especially with someone older, when there's a power differential, Katie, you can confuse that show of emotion or passion with that they really care about you. But again, you need to remind your friend what a safe and unsafe relationship is, and tell her that she does not have to stay in something that is not safe for her, even if she lives with that person. So one thing you can do is kind of hook her up with resource support groups, especially if she's on a college campus. There are women's centers. There are all types of resources available, and kind of contract with her on a safety plan the next time that happens, so that she can get out of that situation. So
what makes you think that the age difference is an important factor? I mean, generally it's not a function of age, because you can have two people the same age and have a partner who's very abusive physically, mentally, and emotionally. What is it about the age difference that concerns you the most?
The age difference doesn't necessarily concern me, but I want it to set the scene for you could see their relationship and see if maybe that was a problem. But I personally, I talked to her and I told her that I was not comfortable with her being around him and living with him, and she kind of chuckled and said that it wasn't a big deal. She said, "Oh, well, I hit him back," and so she did not see it as a big deal whatsoever, whereas I am worried for her safety.
Well, I think you're a good friend. You convey that you're worried about her safety, and as I said, I would convey with her on a safety plan the next time that happens. And just by her telling you that means probably in some way she wanted you to know. So that's a tough secret to keep as a friend. So I hope that you can continue to be a friend for her. Again, contract with her on a safety plan and help her find some of those resources where she can go if she is not in a safe place.
And I'll tell you what, do you live here in the Louisville area?
Yes.
How would you like a $10 gift certificate to Goose Creek Diner? Hey, nice to have you with us. And I'm psychologist Stan Frager. Every Sunday night we get together, and tonight makes 4 years that we've been together, and we started the day after Derby 4 years ago tonight. So it's been terrific, and I'm glad to have you with us. The lines are open. We welcome your calls, and I have some dinners to give away just for calling in and talking with us on the air. And again, the lines are open. 571-0970 puts you right here with us. Anything to do with relationships. So we're talking about any kind of challenges you've had with relationships. Did you ever date someone? We're talking right now about computer dating. Did you ever meet someone on a computer date and it worked out, or was it a nightmare? What happened? Or challenges you're having with a partner, husband, wife, whatever.
Yeah, lots of people will also, Dr. Stan, come in to see a relationship-based therapist when they want to know, is it time to end my relationship? So another question we often get asked is, when is it time to end a relationship, and how do I do that, and how do I move on to the next one? Well, real quickly, as you all want to call in and again tell us about your relationship dilemmas. When a relationship is unsafe, and we said with that first caller at the beginning of the hour, we defined safety as physical safety. Obviously, you don't want to be in any relationship where someone is physically harmful to you. Emotionally unsafe, using kind of words, or when you expose your vulnerabilities or your weak points, does your partner use those against you? And commitment safety, these people that bail on you at the first sign of trouble or threaten to leave, with kind of normal, what we'd expect is a typical couple conflict. So you don't want to be in any relationship that is unsafe. You don't want to be in any relationship where there's clear markers where people want different things. I.e., you really want children, your partner doesn't. That's probably not going to change. That's probably going to be a deal breaker.
All right, well, that music, that was a mighty fast break, wasn't
Jeez.
it? I know. You just
got going
That's
there,
Dr. Eli Karam. But the good news is Dr. Karam's staying with us this second hour. And so the lines are open. We welcome your calls, 571-0970. We'll do a little bit of station break news and then be right back.
WGTK gives you Let's Talk with Dr. Stan Frager. From relationship problems to family feuds, he's got all the advice and expert help you'll need. Now, here's Dr. Stan Frager.
Hi, and welcome. I'm psychologist Dr. Stan Frager, and this is a very special night for us. I have to tell you that I started the day after Derby 4 years ago tonight. And so this is our 4-year anniversary of gathering up our Sunday night family, and it's just great having you with me. I spent a lot of years at another station before being here at 970 WGTK, and it's great to be here, and Salem Communication has been very nice to me and to us, to our Sunday night group, and we've covered a lot of territory in these 4 years. Right now, the lines are open, and we're giving away lots of stuff tonight as well as a way of celebrating our 4 years together. And 571-0970 puts you right here with us, and with me is Dr. Eli Karam. Dr. Karam is a marriage, family, child therapist. He's a professor at the University of Louisville's Kent School of Social Work, and he's president of the Kentucky Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. And more importantly, he's a good friend of our Sunday night family. Great to have you with us, Dr. Karam.
I'm back for hour 2.
There you go. And he's with us all night. So we'll start right in. Let's start with Kate first. And Kate, you've been patiently waiting. That's really sweet of you.
Anything for you, Dr. Frager.
Oh! Now I see, I know that voice. Yeah.
Me too.
Kate, for 17 months, was producer of our Sunday nights getting together. What a great thing to hear from you.
I know, on your anniversary.
That's it.
I knew it was your anniversary before I called in tonight.
You did.
I did. That's how well I know you.
See, you were such a good producer. You just know these things.
It's kind of written in my memory.
That's it. Kate lives in the world of Glee now. That's important.
I'm involved in it.
That's it, and plays in the U of L pep band, and did a great job producing our show.
She did, and when Kate, when I was guest hosting Dr. Stan while you were out a couple of times, we'd bring Kate in, and we would. I think we had some good conversations about technology and relationships. Kate, do you have a question for us tonight, or a comment?
Do.
Or, okay.
I do have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Well, I am dating, and there's this guy that I've been seeing, not one-on-one, and he's very complimentary of me, and I really like that, but it's a little much, like constantly coming, and I want to know what's a nice way I can tell him to kind of, make the comments a little less frequent.
Right.
Without just telling him to completely back off.
Right. So just turn down the intensity a little is what you're asking. Again, it's very common early in a relationship. We want people to know we like them. We give them lots of good feedback. And again, I'd rather have somebody like that than not have enough good feedback. But this is, it sounds like you've gone on gone on enough dates with him, Kate, now that you're ready to give him this feedback. Hey, turn it down a little. So I think that is important, and I think other ways to kind of show that you don't need that much stroke and you want to focus on something else would also be good to kind of divert him away from that. But I think it's okay to say, hey, I like you too, and I appreciate hearing these good things about myself, but I don't need to hear it every single second. I think direct feedback, honest feedback from someone you're getting to know and feel comfortable with is always the best way to go.
Yeah, I would second that. That's good advice. It's nice to hear, but you have to have that person checked out by me. Now you know that.
Yeah, if you set that guy up with Dr. Stan and he vetted him, I would feel.
That's right.
I would feel.
If I checked him out and he checks out, he's okay.
That's right.
I mean, he is a DJ, so.
Oh well, that's 2 strikes against him.
What do you mean that's 2 strikes?
Anybody on the radio
is that
suspect.
how you met him from your media connections?
Yeah, how did you meet him?
I met him online dating.
Oh, now, see, that's what we were talking about. That's always one of the first questions I get in counseling. How do you meet someone? How do you meet someone? Now, it should be pointed out, Kate's in her 20s, right? And it is hard. It is hard. You met him using one of the match services?
Yeah, I mean, we hit it pretty well. I kind of gave him a connection to my heart because now he's a Gleek and he's addicted to it.
Oh, now Gleek is someone who likes Glee. I know you got me hooked into Glee too.
But again, another common thing we were talking about in the first hour, this idea you have a common reference point, in this way a very popular television show that has a life of its own. People kind of bond around that, and a lot of times they bond in online forums, which leads to talking more and leads to real-life meetings. So, that's a good thing. Well, we're glad to hear you're doing well, Kate, and appreciate you calling in tonight.
Yeah, come visit. We miss you on Sunday nights.
I will. I definitely will. Do you know what next Monday is, Dr. Frager?
What is next Monday?
That is the 14th. You don't know what that day is?
It's my daughter's birthday. Do you have a birthday?
Is it your birthday too?
That's my birthday. I'll be 22.
Oh! Well, we definitely have to celebrate. And your daughter will be 2.
We'll throw a combined party for
there
you.
There you go.
My daughter, Molly.
So I would like a party on Sunday, Dr. Frager.
Well, you come by and we'll help celebrate with you. Hey, great to have you call in. Thanks, Kate.
You're welcome. Have a great night, guys.
You too. 5710970 puts you right here, and we'd love to hear from you. The lines are open, and the topic is open. We're talking about relationships.
That's right. You don't have to be a former member of the Sunday Night Family to call in. In fact, we'd like to hear from some people that have maybe listened before but have never called in, or just have the radio tuned in to 970 tonight. Any type of relationship question, whether it be your dating relationship, your significant other, a family relationship. We got Mother's Day coming up. Lots of stuff to talk about. What's the number, Dr. Stan?
5710970. Oh, that man is good. He is smooth. Let's go to Tom. Hi, Tom. Welcome.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Good evening, partner.
Good.
What's up?
Well, I just wanted to comment on the online dating thing and just some advice.
Great.
Just something I've learned from experience, and maybe someone out there might be able to benefit from this. And is especially when you're starting out in the online dating, using online dating, you have to be very conscious of when you do connect with somebody online and you start communicating back and forth to not immediately start filling in the blanks of areas that you're not learning about, and because the only downfall of online dating, especially long distance dating online, is you're not communicating with the person face to face. So the communication is a little bit slower. It's a little bit stilted, and there's sometimes some there's information that may be deliberately hidden, or just not covered, in an online engagement. So what the person has a tendency to do is then to fill in the blanks and idealize, whatever they don't know about the person, and that can and then when you actually do meet the person, you get disappointed very easily, and so it's just
it's great advice.
You can't be face-to-face communication.
Now, the data shows that there's always a couple things. Men lie about their height, and women lie about their weight. What do you think?
There we go.
So we have this picture of what this person looks like.
You are right, though, in that people want to show their idealized self, and the way online dating is set up, especially when you can have deliberate time to write responses and portray yourself not only in the best way, but be very careful in what you share and your choice of words. And that is very different than a real-time, ongoing conversation, whether that be on the phone or certainly face-to-face. Certainly online as well, you're not going to be able to judge body language, nonverbals that are so important. So you're right. And I think another thing to know is you can be selective. It is slower, but you are in control of when and how you initiate that face-to-face. And if somebody does not live up to the billing, you're under no obligation to continue that relationship. And it might hurt your feelings that you've invested so much time and the person didn't turn out to be authentic of who they were. But that is, again, something
that's great advice that you're giving. What kind of work do you do, Tom?
What kind of work? Well, I'm in the media business, and so
so you know it pays to advertise, right?
That's right. There you go.
Now, Tom, let me ask you: is this something, even though that maybe you've been burned a couple times before, people that are not what they seem? Are you still on board with doing this? And has it?
Certainly, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's definitely a useful tool, and you just have to just learn some lessons and kind of go into it wide-eyed. And I guess one of the things I've noticed that with I think both men and women on this is once you start using it, it is pretty easy to connect with a lot of different people, but easy come, easy go. And so you can't put too much stock into somebody just winking at you or smiling at you, sending a few emails back and forth, because it's so easy, and it's relatively easy to do that it's also relatively easy to stop.
Oh, and I've heard some horror stories, especially some people who got involved with people from Russia and other countries and took them for thousands of dollars.
There we go.
Thousands, with promises you wouldn't believe.
There we
So,
go.
going to send you a $25 gift certificate to Veronese Restaurant.
Very good.
It's an incredibly nice restaurant. So hold on. We want to make sure Chloe will get your information. I'll be right back.
Calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Frager.
You found Let's Talk with Dr. Stan Frager. Dr. Stan Frager is standing by to give you insight on issues that matter most to you. Call now, 571-0970.
And welcome on this 4-year anniversary of our being together on Sunday nights here at 970 WGTK. I'm psychologist Dr. Stan Frager. With me is family therapist professor Dr. Eli Karam. Lots of titles, Dr. Karam.
Hey, trying to keep them all straight. Juggling many hats.
All right, and the producer of our show is doing just a great job, Chloe Quiroga.
Yep, you pronounced it right.
All right.
But can he spell it?
That's right. I'm not sure. So you've done just a great job, and I know you're adding, and it's fitting here on the anniversary of our 4 years, that we have something new and exciting coming up.
Oh, yes. I just want to let everyone know that's part of the Sunday Night family that you can actually follow us on Twitter now. And to do that, you just do the @ symbol, and you're going to put in capital D Stan Frager. So it's @D Stan Frager. And on the Twitter account, you can get updates of who's going to be on this next coming Sunday show, what prizes we're giving out, and also if there's any book giveaways.
Okay, and we try and give away books and dinners and all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. So calling in is really beneficial because usually everyone gets a prize.
It's something.
Everyone gets something.
We go into the prize closet every Sunday night.
Twitter, a great tool, another amazing social media technology, but it gets people into trouble in relationships, as we're talking about tonight. Often people will come in and they have tweeted something about a fight they've had with their boyfriend or girlfriend or their spouse, or they've tweeted when they were drunk or intoxicated and they shouldn't have done it. But for this purpose, it's great for your show, and Twitter is a powerful tool. So congratulations. So what is that again?
Chloe,
I want to follow you. What is it again?
Let's do it now. When we do this, we got to be sober. Remember that.
Okay, I'm not much of a drinker.
Chloe, no drunk tweeting about Dr. Stan and his guest.
Now, how do you do that? Do you boot www or what?
Well, you're already on Twitter.com, and if you're familiar with Twitter, you know that
I'm not. So
okay, well, you follow someone, and so with that, you have the @ symbol. Like if you were to
to do like an @gmail.com, and we're at capital D Stan Frager.
What's the D?
It stands for doctor.
Stan, I'll make you a deal. I will follow you. Will you follow me?
All right.
Okay.
It's a deal. You'll be my first.
Okay. I will follow you right now on my
this.
phone. It's so easy to do.
Really?
Yeah.
So you go to twitter.com and then D Stan Frager.
Yes.
People are going to forget the D, you know.
Yes, make sure you have the capital D and then Stan Frager.
I'm going to have to put good stuff on there now.
I put good stuff on there already.
All right. All right. Chloe will tell you all my secrets. Meanwhile, our lines are open. We welcome your calls, 571-0970. Chloe, it's great. You're doing a super job, and it's great to have you with us on Sundays.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chloe Kuroga. And Chloe's doing just a great job for us on Sunday nights, and we will go to the phone, see if we can't give away some more things. Let's go to Kent. Hi, Kent. Nice to have you with us.
Oh, good evening, Stan.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Stan.
That's all right.
My point is concise, and it's good advice for fellow introverts such as myself. If you are such a thing, and you're dating a woman who has been hurt by unfaithful men, you must change your ways, or she will suspect you all the time. If you say, I need time to myself, she will think you are out and about.
Yeah, so you think she'll always think you're doing something nefarious. What is it you're shy about, or what is it?
Oh, no, I'm not shy at all, but if you're introverted and you like to spend time by yourself reading or going to a ball game that she doesn't care to see or something like that, at least in my experience, multiple times, the woman involved who had a maybe almost pathological relationship with somebody who was a serial cheater will think that you're the same sort of fellow.
Well, Kent, you bring up a couple good points. A, that we tend to view people through the baggage of our previous failed relationships. So if you've been cheated on before, you tend to look at everything through that lens. And you also bring up another good point. If we're introverts, that and we're with extroverts, or we're internal processors, and we're people that have less of a filter and just say what they mean, we assume that if we're the introvert, they might know what's going on with us. So us taking time for ourselves, which we might need anyway, we have less interpersonal need than some extroverts. We might have to give a disclaimer, a little more context. It's nothing to do against you. I still enjoy the relationship, but I'm just taking some time out. I'm going to read, or I'm going to a game. But be transparent with your motivations.
It's all about trust.
All about trust, all about being transparent and clear with your expectations for your partner in your relationship.
And you put it academically, more or less the way I put it colloquially. The thing is, I wanted to make sure and take pains to spin it that it's on me. Recognizing the difference, the introvert must do something to in somehow overcompensate for the difference. Otherwise, this will not work.
Right.
Now, has that made your future relationships easier than that one?
Yeah, it has. I learned more or less the hard way, which, of course, is the most permanent way to learn anything.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it's never, especially when we have people, and we say different, it's not different bad or different good, it's just different interpersonal style.
Precisely.
All right. Hey, really appreciate you calling. Tell you what, I'm going to go into my library. I have some really neat books. You sound like the kind of guy, how about I send you a present of a nice book?
Sounds good.
We'll see. We'll find. What is your favorite things you like to read about?
Try history or philosophy.
History or philosophy. I have all kinds of good things. I'll send you a present.
Your choice.
You're good. Thank you so much for being with us on Sunday nights.
Thank you.
All right. She's been waiting a long time. Let's go to Emily. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Thank you for waiting so long. You've been very patient. By the way, the lines are open. We're giving away lots of good stuff tonight. 571-0970. What you got?
Happy anniversary to you and your
program.
Thank
you. Yeah, thank you.
And hello to Dr. Karam as well.
Hello, Emily.
I would like your all's point of view on how to handle 2 or 3 relationship issues, all revolving around my husband's and my 20-year-old son, who has attention deficit disorder, but not hyperactivity, who has been out deconstructing Utah for 6 or 7 months, ran out of money, has asked us for money. My husband has sent him money, Then he goes and my son changes his mind and decides he's going to go visit someone in Colorado, take some time off. He's not afraid of working, but he blows money, never has money again when he needs it. I am ready to go out, pick up the vehicle that is registered in our name, bring it and him back home, and either he gets on medication and goes to school, or he goes to homeless shelter.
Okay, now that's not an easy thing. As a parent, it is incredibly a difficult thing to deal with. If you're willing to hang on, we got a couple minutes of business here, and then we'll be back and work with you.
Talk with Dr. Stan Frager, helping you make sense of life's daily challenges and much more on 970 WGTK.
Doctor, my eyes have seen the years and the slow.
All right, nice to have you with us. Psychologist Stan Frager, and with me is Dr. Eli Karam, who's a professor from the University of Louisville, also a marriage family therapist, president of the Kentucky Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. And just great longtime friend of our Sunday night family. Helps me out occasionally. What is it? My friend, good psychiatrist friend, tends to call me the Cal Ripken of radio.
Yeah.
I seldom miss a Sunday night.
That's right. You're like the Iron Man. But those rare times you do.
Rare times, Dr. Karam's in there and takes
right.
us. And this is the 4-year anniversary. I started the day after Derby 4 years ago tonight. And it's the 4-year anniversary of our Sunday night family. The lines are open. We welcome your calls. Lots of neat things to give away for folks who call in. And 571-0970. We're talking about relationships. Could be with your son, could be with your husband, wife, spouse, mother-in-law, mother-in-law. Never mind. And so that kind of thing. 571-0970 puts you right here with us. We'd love to hear from you. And so with us right now is Emily. And Emily, you were, again, summarize kind of what you're faced with. You have a child who's how old?
He is 20 years old.
20?
Yes.
And he's out west?
Out west, yes.
And so you feel like going out there, fetching him, and bringing him home.
Well, I am more interested in going out and getting the vehicle that he is driving around and bringing it home, and he can come or he can stay. But I've had it with giving him any more money for anything because he is being dishonest about it.
Right, so Emily, you bring up a good point. So let's try to break that down to a couple of hopefully workable steps for you. So it's when we get to 20, we think of our children as adults, but rarely can you be fully launched at 20. So the idea that he is not fully launched and is still reliant on you and your husband for support is not that unusual. The fact that you're having a hard time deciding how much support do I give this guy versus how much should he do it on his own. And it seems like you've been burned a couple times in the past by your son. It also seems like your son is kind of using his ADHD diagnosis to kind of use as an excuse or cover why he is not being productive. So I'd say the first step is you got to have boundaries, Emily, and you have to have agreed upon boundaries with your co-parent.
What have you tried so far, Emily?
Well, he is willing to work. He's a very good worker. The principal of his high school said, don't worry about him. And I wouldn't, except he has repeatedly asked for money. He had gone out west to make snow in Park City, Utah, but the job ends at the end of March, and he didn't have enough money saved up because he had injured himself on the ice, needed some money from us, came in at Derby time, brought a friend, wanted some more money in order to get back, even though I'd ask him repeatedly, do you have money to get back? He gets back.
Have you and your husband agreed, Emily, together on what you will and what you will not do for your son as far as financially as in order to help him out?
Not really, because my husband is still hoping to get my son home and to motivate him. My feeling is that my husband is being dragged into the web of my son's attention deficit problems, and that it is not our job to motivate him. It is our job to help him face reality. I don't mind giving my son some money, and he has taken care of himself, but when he does ask for money, he will then take it and not do what he says he's going to do.
Yeah, correct. There's a fine line between motivating and enabling, and I think what this catchword we're thinking about here is this financial accountability. That if he has a plan, certainly you and your husband can be part of the plan. You can't give him the plan. He's 20 years old, and he also probably has little motivation to do something different if he knows at the end of the day he can kind of weasel his way in or triangulate you and your husband and gets what he needs. So I would say it's going to start with a conversation with you and your husband, again, putting a firm line. And sometimes we put a firm line down with our children, no matter how old they are. It doesn't make us bad parents.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to do. The rational brain says it's easy. The emotional brain sometimes belies and betrays that. But I would have a conversation with your husband and really put a firm line down. And there's lots of great things you can do with ADHD, and there's many people that have it that are very creative, but they lack kind of not only an overall plan, but how to chunk it down into workable parts. And I think that's what your son needs. And he needs a workable plan that he owns, that you all can be a part of without enabling.
Any suggestions on how to get him to take medication?
Yeah, well, most people do not fight against their ADHD medication because it brings, again, the emotional space to be able to do things differently, to be productive, to get through a task. So it is not one of those motivations that many people fight. Now, and there's some really great ADHD medications on the market, Adderall, Vyvanse, that are very quick acting, so you know right away if they work or not. So I would get him a good consultation with the doctor, but again, he's got to want to do that, and he's got to own the plan, Emily.
Yeah, we have people in our practice also who can do psychological testing and kind of nail it down, and there are some well-established protocols that could be of help to your son. But like most things, he's got to want to help himself. You can't make somebody help themselves.
Absolutely.
So that's part of the equation as well.
Thank you so much.
Hey, good luck to you, and thank you
so
for
much.
calling in.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Frager, helping you make sense of life's daily challenges and much more on 970 WGTK.
Doctor, my eyes have seen the years.
And as a matter of fact, we want to thank, speaking of thank yous, Tony Safina. If you check out Frager.com, Frager, and you go to Tips from Tony and Dr. Stan. Tony always puts lots of good stuff up there, and Dr. Karam's website and email address are all there, and his Twitter account. I learned about Twitter tonight.
Man, we broke some new ground tonight, Stan. We honored the past, your history on the airwaves, and we also broke some new ground.
That's it.
Great.
4 years now. We've been on 4 years tonight. We've been on 970 WGTK. I want to thank Salem Communications and 970 WGTK for helping make that possible, obviously. And it's been great. Dr. Karam, always great to have you. As you know, it takes a number of folks on a Sunday night, and Chloe Quiroga has just done a great job as our producer. And then we have Tom Mitchell and Marianne Stansberry on the board. Marianne, thank you. Appreciate it. And, of course, as I said, Tony Safino, always putting lots of good tips and information. Check out Frager.com, www.Frager.com. Tips from Dr. Stan and Tony. And, again, Tony Safino does a great job, and our webmaster, Brandon Hart-Vixen. Coming up, Mother's Day. It's a great time. If there are some fences there, make amends.
You also plug this, tell me about this on Sunday nights before, if you want to hear Dr. Stan in a different point of view with this roundtable. Tell me about this again. I did not listen to it. You got to let me listeners know. 5. Yeah, we do that from 6 to 7 o'clock. And it's Rick, and who's on from 7 to 8 with his hour-long show, the Blackheart Conservative. And Les Naiman, bless his little heart, and myself, and usually we have one or two other guests, and we make outrageous kinds of comments. Kind of took Richie Farmer over the coals tonight, but it's a different kind of show. I let my hair down, I guess, a little bit. I'm definitely going to listen so that I can hear that next Sunday.
Yeah, aren't you sweet asking about that? This is very non-political, as you might imagine. We're talking about mental and physical health when we get together on these Sunday nights, and it's great to have you with us. And every Sunday night from 6 to 7 is this other opportunity. Talk about topical events. Tom Mitchell hosts it and does a really nice job. So
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing. So again, for the folks who are with us on these Sunday nights, it wouldn't be possible if it weren't for you listening on Sunday nights. So I want to thank you for being with us. It's been terrific. And as always, we'll have lots of good stuff to give out. And hopefully we have some good advice we can give out in the process as well. So I'm Dr. Stan Frager. It's been a great 4 years. Hopefully we'll have 4 more and many more. And until next Sunday night, you take care, not only next Sunday night, but beyond. You take care. Have a good one. And I hope you had a great Derby. And until next Sunday night and beyond, take care.